Welcome back, guys. Appreciate you tolerating the previous episode. It's just a little bit different. But right now what we're going to be doing something that we could have done a long time ago. We're going to be going back and visiting the asylum, undead asylum where we first came. Now to get here you need to utilize the undead parish lifts to go up to this area. You can roll across, and that's the only way to get here. But we can pick up this asylum F2 west key, and in doing so that gives us the ability to grab the peculiar doll later on to go inside the painted world of Arianos, or not Ariandel. Yeah, it's gonna be very tricky with all these painted worlds and these games. We're gonna use up the souls that we just collected before. And yeah, we've got everything we need. Our undead asylum, F2 West Key. But even if a hero found a key in Lordran to liberate this prison, would he have the means? Yeah. This place is, people don't usually come back when they've left the asylum. Don't have the heart or means to come back to the asylum. But we're gonna do it because we got ourselves a free slab and we got a crow to trade with, which is gonna be nice for this section of the playthrough. Curl up into a ball at the nest, and eventually the crow will come down and take us towards the asylum. When we're at the asylum, we're gonna be treated with a couple torch hollows. These torch hollows, they have an attack where they could just run face in front of you and pretty much tackle you to the floor with their multi-hitbox effect on their torch. So it's good to get around them and take them out from a distance. See that curled ball stationary stance? We were safe in the arms of the crow that whole time. The claws. Northern Undead Asylum. So now we're greeted with a bunch of torch hollows. I guess they're protesting outside of our absence. They weren't too keen on anyone returning. I guess this would have been us if we'd never left the asylum, or if we just went hollow. Eventually just hollow. You see, I'm taking lots and lots of hits. This is so unfortunate. And the attacks are just, they're brutal. The run attack. Take this guy. The run attack is the best way to go with the scythe, if you can line up your shot correctly. There's a snowy little bit of area. I can appreciate the design of this area. And we've got ourselves our crow. What we can do, we can drop whatever you see me drop here. If we drop in some rubbish, what we have to do, it's not like Dark Souls 3. You drop our rubbish. We've got to quit the game and we'll get ourselves a titanite chunk. Drop a humanity, and when you quit the game, it will give you a we've given ourselves ring of sacrifice, which is not useful for us at this point in time. Pyromancy flame will give us a red chunk, so we can chuck the red chunk on our already utilized, since we got the very large flame ember. Give him a dung pie. You can get yourself a demon titanite. I don't know, maybe we would need that later, hopefully. Egg vermifuge. Removes parasitic egg from body. Let's see. Dragon scale from the egg vermifuge. We've got our chunk though that we can upgrade our scythe with, and that'll give the red. The red gives us the twinkling titanite. Purple, more twinkling, and the blooming should give us 2 twinkling titanites. So all up 4. It's always good. And you just gotta quit save before you do it. We got our chunk, so if we can go back down to Vamos if we get another red chunk, we can upgrade our scythe past +5 to maybe +6, and then slowly work our way to get that slab. But if you give it a crack red eye orb, it gives you 2 purging stones as well. So I've got a couple purging stones on me for safety purposes, in case, in the off chance we do get cursed, maybe in Ash Lake or some stupid thing like that. Maybe anywhere. We're not going to run into any more basilisks for the time being, I'm sure of that. Or if we get cursed by Seath in Seath's area, that's another thing we need to look out for. But we're back in our hometown where we first started, and it's looking pretty barren at the moment. Pretty not too stimulating at this second of time. I'm looking for another way, and I've already rested at that bonfire. I made a mistake. Shouldn't have rested at that bonfire. Should the homeward straight back to Firelink or wherever I was before. We're checking out our Ghost Blade that we got from Violent Thrust Attack. Just checking out our Ghost Blade. Well acquired Ghost Blade. That's a good... Yeah, that's a cool attack. This is what we were going to be using the Stray Demon for. This is why we got this. Because some enemies, like demons, they're highly resistant to fire. Black Knights, their armors are highly resistant to fire. So, we always want to keep a backup plan that is actually viable. Now, if this Stray Demon plays ball, we're going to be all sweet. If he's not lunging at me with these magic attacks constantly, you know, just give us some leeway, dude. Still got on my wolf ring. See, 244 for the scythe. It's pretty much the same ballpark as opposed to the whereas the dagger I can just spam my attacks quicker. Successive hits, like zigzag. Stab him a little bit, you know, just to say fuck you. Give him a good fuck you. If you played along with the Jagged Ghost Blade, kudos to you for actually farming it, because that takes a lot of time out of your time and day to actually go and dedicate to it. And the fact that you got it, man, we'll be bleeding in successive hits real quick in no time. I was thinking about the normal Ghost Blade from the Banshees, the mums that were carrying the children that shoot lightning at you. Three bolts of lightning, 3 jets of lightning at a time. That Ghost Blade is more of to the means of quality weapon as opposed to a raw stat boost bleed. It doesn't do bleed because it's not jagged. Can't utilize bleed auxiliary off it. So the best way to get is the easiest one to get. Is just the Jagged Ghost Blade, which drops from common ghosts in the New Londo ruins, which is pretty much the easiest farm as opposed to getting the 2 locations of the Banshee in New Londo. Hoping to get a Ghost Blade from those guys when you can get a much superior for our situation right now. This is the Jagged Ghost Blade, which causes bleed. Yo, we're smooth sailing with the bleed attacks though. It's creeping me out, the gargling growls that this demon's giving me right now. Victory achieved. We got ourselves humanity and a titanite slab and 20,000 souls. And that should be a homeward bone on the floor right there. Sorry. Woo. Yep, we're all set. We're all set. Gonna head up the ladder, wherever it is. Where are you, ladder? There you are, ladder. Now, from memory, I thought there'd be more than one Black Knight in the undead asylum. My memory deceives me. There's only this guy. And we're gonna take him out thoroughly and conducively. Indubitably. The stabbing attacks. And his shield would be one to, his shield would definitely be one to, cover it over. That Black Knight shield's actually good. Next to the Boulder shield. One of the best shields. We got ourselves... If you get a lucky red Titanite chunk here, guys, in your playthrough, kudos as well. But, I'm not sure if it's a static drop or if it's random, but we got ourselves a red... Oh, I know that one can drop a red one. Yeah, so there's different Black Knights that drop different rarities, different categories of trunks. They're all the same. Like the white, they drop a white chunk at the BKH. The ones in they drop normal chunks in Undead Parish and Undead Burg. This guy drops a red chunk for some reason. I don't know how that's tied into Izalith or whatever. Stray Demon. And then we see our old pal Oscar. I thought, oh no. At this point I'm like, oh no, I forgot. I have to deal with him. I didn't want to deal with him, to be honest. He's an old dear friend, handed us Estus, but he's gone hollow. And I just thought, we just to see what he can give us in terms of what he drops. We'll just kill him for that sake. Realizing now that you can't, with this blade, the curved blade, you can't kick enemies. But he drops the crest shield, which I, at this point, realize we need this for the Four Kings. I mean, we don't need it, but it's going to make our life so easy for the Four Kings. This crest shield, it's got 80% magic resistance. And that, in turn, there's a unblockable beam of light that in the Four Kings boss arena, and we can just face tank that with the crest shield, because it does barely any damage to us. It won't chip away our health that much if we just take it on with the shield. So we can just have that shield on for the Four Kings. Good shield for the Four Kings. High magic resistance. Now we're heading around. So I did say that key was for the Peculiar Doll. Now that I'm thinking back on it, it's not for the Peculiar Doll. It's actually for the rusted iron ring that we can get that allows us to run on water without being slowed down. Just pick it up just for the fact is for the Hydra and that later on we might need it. So I'm swapping out just to get this guy. But then I realized there's no riposte. There's no riposte in this. It's only in Dark Souls 3 where you can riposte when you break their posture. So now I'm just saying, screw it. I want to get the backstab in. So let's just run around and see if we can get a backstab in. But his back's to the wall, which leads it like almost impossible. And get that backstab. There we go. Perfect. So we've used our Undead Asylum F2 key to open up this gate. I guess this is it. This is the last piece of loot that we can acquire from the Undead Asylum. And I was just tripping out, thinking, that's it. It's the Rusted Iron King, Rusted Iron Ring. It's pretty disappointing. But we'll head back out now. Still got our pyromancies. Pyromancies always treat us well. Especially if we're like, you know, only doing core base good damage for the core damage for the scythe and that. So only makes sense to include non-stat scaling freaking sorceries as well. Which pyromancy is just, hey, I'm your man. Chimes in with a well-established rapport. Okay, so we're gonna curl up like a ball in the nest again. We're gonna hope for this bird to pop out. Yeah, he's coming out. Little treacherous little beak Corvian. He's gonna fly us across the valley all the way back to our hometown, where we've established our new home in Lordran. So that's established. Filing Shrine back in place. I'd like to point out that we've got 2 unused red chunks in our inventory right now. And we've got a very large flame ember. So I believe we can eventually contemplate on getting that sorted with our scythe to get it to +7. Which is really good for us. We've got that red chunk from the Black Knight. And also we got that red chunk from the snuggly the crow, which we traded the pyromancy flame for. Now, if you want to use here's a detail I forgot to add. We're gonna get the second pyromancy. If you haven't got it already, we can get the second pyromancy flame from Ingi, which we need to have a parasite on our head in order to get that. And I'm still dead about the piling note thing, so let's go and get that now. We need to talk to him, check out if everything's okay. Don't kill the Daughter of Chaos for her Firekeeper soul. That'd be absolutely freaking brutal. Join the Covenant. You can't get the second Pyromancy Flame if you do that. Which this game had like, oh, we got a great Chaos Ball. This game had a way like, they just drop everything that they can give you if you fuck up a quest line. If you just kill them. But, she's gonna be our Firekeeper. That's why we don't want to kill her, so we've just reinforced it to +3 from the Undead Parish Firekeeper Soul. So, we don't have a Firekeeper because of the law trick. If that's the route you took, then that's the route you took. If you talk to him, nothing will happen. You need to have the egg on your head. If you want to grab a secondary pyromancy, since we're already at the Undead Asylum, I gave away my Pyromancy Flame. It wasn't upgraded or anything. I just gave it away, and then we're going to get this one, you know. We're going to get the Pyromancy Flame from him just in case we need to use Pyromancy, and we're just going to upgrade that from there on out. I'm thinking, if we trade an Ascended Pyromancy Flame to Snuggly the Crow, we get a red titanite slab, but at that point, if you want a +9 to +10, you may as well just farm the Bed of Chaos. I mean, sorry, the Chaos Eaters. You may as well just farm the Chaos Eaters, because at that point, if you're really stretching, you may as well put the time in just to get the slab, like, for a farm, over swapping the Ascended Pyromancy Flame for it. Whereas a chunk, you know, early on, you can't really farm a slab early on. But if you can farm you can't really farm the chunks as well, but you'd rather get the chunks first before the slab, because by the time you need the slab, or you actually have enough chunks to get the slab, you'll have an area that you can farm red titanite slabs, which is the Chaos Eaters, and red titanite chunks, so that's why you don't really need the red slab. You can just farm one up. Now I'm getting grabbed a couple times just to make sure that the parasite laid its eggs in my brain. So we can go ahead and wait like a minute or so for it to pop into our brain and get us infected. Pretty sure we're infected. Slit him with our ghost blade, and then, oh no, we didn't kill him with fire, so these things appear. So we're gonna head out, heal up a little bit, head back to Ingi, wait a couple seconds for our head to be bulging. As you can see here, my head's definitely bulging. We can talk to him. He's going to give us a cure for the bulge, which means, you know, it's pretty much relatively inconsequential what we do just to get a free Pyromancy Flame by talking to him with at least 11 intelligence or higher. Now, I did spec into 12 intelligence because I was confused why he wasn't giving it to me, and I realized I needed the actual egg on my head. And this is where we will be upgrading our flame. After speaking to Laurentius, he will go insane, and he will run away. So, at that point, when you buy all these pyromancies, Ingi's going to be our boy to upgrade our flames until we see Quilana. But as of now, we got a fair bit of humanity, copper coin. I don't know where we got that from, why that's there. Little value in Lordran, where the accepted currency is souls. Dirty. That's crazy lore. And I believe we can just use our egg vermitudes. It's good, we're back to normal, back healthy, looking self. Looking good. All is well that ends well. We got our character. And the Daughter of Chaos is still healthy there, living life, living large. We're gonna homeward out. Get out of here. Hopefully get to the undead parish. And let's see. I realize the Great Chaos Fireball just takes up 2 attunement spots. Which is not ideal. We only have 1. And we're not going to be forking out levels as of yet. So right now we're human, and with whatever extra humanity we have, just to keep it at 10 soft cap in our meter. If we get a couple extra, I'd use them up. Get this parish bonfire to 20. Because if you're doing Lordran's quest, this is going to be our new fire link. Which links, it's in the middle of everything. It's going to be a long run everywhere, but that's just the way we're running. And started upgrading my pyromancy flame, which is interesting. That's going to be coming later when we see Quilana. She's going to give us all the big boy pyromancies, and that's where we're going to step up our game in terms of firepower. Because that's just going to be an auxiliary type weapon. It's going to be in the background if we need to kill farm things. It's going to be something extra as opposed to just smashing R1. So we can throw like fireballs or whatever we need to. Great Chaos Fireball. Upgrade that Covenant. I believe you have to be in the Covenant for it to do anything, so we'll stay in the Daughter of Chaos Covenant. We don't want to waste all our humanity. It's going to cost a lot of humanity. Coming into the future. But we're back in Firelink. Talk to Laurentius about the Great Chaos Fireball that you just acquired from the Covenant. From the Blighttown Daughter of Chaos Covenant. And he will flip out. He will not be there anymore. It will just flip, just flip out. So as I've said before, our next course of action would be going into the Catacombs to Vamos. We want to have the last bonfire we rested at as the Undead Parish. Don't want to be resting at any Catacomb bonfire. So we can just make a quick espionage mission straight into the Catacombs, get what we need, and then just 86 out of there. We're not planning to a visit to stay. Is what I'm saying. So coming into the Catacombs, I'm trying to think. We're gonna get ourselves a +7 scythe, which is relatively close, coming up to the end of its life cycle of potency, and it's gonna be at its full potential soon. And we're still really overpowered as a character. We're heading through. This is, if anyone wants to know the shortcut, this is the shortcut. Drop down, just turn straight around and roll off the edge, straight onto this ledge. And then there's another ledge that's going to be right here. But we got to wait for this skull. I don't want the skull killing us halfway down. So let the skull explode, then we're going to come down again. This ledge, should be a secondary ledge there. If you want to use that one to drop down. And the pinwheels, we want to be, the wheel skeletons, we want to make sure we don't get them on our trail. Which obviously it's hard to do. I'm going to maneuver around to see if we can get an easy pathway through. I couldn't. So I had to quit save, restart the enemy positioning. So we can talk to our Vamos. But this guy just follows me in and almost kills my blacksmith. Not cool, man. And I would panicked at that point. I thought, gotta quit save again. So now we're in. We can give him the large flame ember. He's all healed up. We can modify it to +6 with our 1 red titanite chunk from Snuggly. And the second red titanite chunk, we can upgrade it to +7 from the Black Knight in the Undead Asylum. It's a great course of action. We're at +7 now. It's doing a hefty amount of damage. If that'll be all. He's gonna have his audio all distorted. It's perfect. Now, let's just get our bearings together right now. We've tackled a lot of things so far. I'm struggling to scrape by what needs to be done next. What would be the next place we need to go? I guess we can just finish off Darkroot Garden and get the Four Kings done. That's the last area. New Londo Ruins. Finish New Londo. I mean, we went to New Londo, but we didn't complete it. We need to complete New Londo with the Four Kings. But first, we're going to tackle the Darkroot Garden. Yeah, Darkroot Garden would be the first place of action I'd say we got to go to. We've done one side, the left side of Darkroot Garden. Now we got to go down into the basin of Darkroot Garden. Got to go into the basin because there's a Hydra in the basin. There's a Havel also in the basin. We need to kill the Havel. And also Dusk, we need to free Dusk, get a crown. Crown's just always good to have on you in case you do anything magic wise. And yeah, so we're gonna head back out, but remember we've already finished the left side, the top half of the Darkroot Garden. Oh, see, it's a two-shot, the dagger. This is not flame. Flame devours these guys. So we're running through. Just made sure I got everything. Now I remember there is a crystal lizard here that drops a twinkling as well that we can grab. It's always good to collect passive twinkling. We can buy infinite amount later. It's no hurry. He ran away from me, so I had to save quit to get him to restart. We got our twinkling there. There's a hunter's set actually just over here on the ledge. Oh, I miss it here. So we're just gonna run back up and grab the hunter's set. So that's we're looking pretty good. Like everything on this side, anything past Sense Fortress not included, everything on this side looks to be done. All the checklists have been checked. We got our 2 Bells of Awakening. We're gonna kill a Lord Bear Shard. And that's going to be the 4 Kings. And we're going to get access to early DLC. Which we're not going to go inside. We're going to keep it vanilla as of now. So let's just quickly end the episode by running into the shack and taking out Havel. We can start the Darkroot Basin for the next one straight after. Lower basement key to Undead Berg. Alright, so this guy's waiting in wait for us. He is inconspicuously, surreptitiously holding a dragon tooth, wielding a shield of rock, waiting for our parry, which we can't riposte. We're not quick enough to riposte. So you want to be careful with this guy with the dragging attacks that he does. He slams down. It can be very telegraphed and hit you on a point where you're just not ready to take it on. To be honest, like there, I got squashed. Just run upstairs just to heal up. Ouch. Does a lot of damage. I'm lucky I didn't get one shot. If you come here early on, you'll get one shot. It's just it's how it goes. But obviously we run around for that backstab. You'll always win there. Havel's ring. We've taken out Havel. I just want to say thank you guys for watching the video. We're going to end it here. Just checking my inventory. Not good fashion.